Right then, before we get started with this week's video, what we're going to do, it's the 1st of April. Well, it's not the 1st of April, it's probably the 5th when you're watching this. I think that's when it's going out. Anyway, 1st of April, today, so we've got to do the calendar.
And I've got something to tell you.
What's that?
I'm pregnant.
No, you ain't in your quiver. Oh, whose is it? I hope you ain't. Anyway, so whether you like it or not, the calendar is a thing, and whether you like it or not, my joke of the day is a thing.
I keep a straight face when I'm trying to wind you up on us April Fools. It's not very good, is it?
No.
I know.
Right then, are you ready?
Da, da, da.
What we got?
Putty cat.
It's a fluffy one.
It is a fluffy one. There's no poo though.
I'm going to say I think we need to have a word with my brother.
We do. Matt, if you're watching.
If you're watching, next year's calendar.
This is shit.
Well, it's not. That's the thing. We need more of it. We can't see any poo. What's the point in the poo calendar if you can't see the poo?
Can you try harder?
Yeah. Well, that's this week's cat anyway.
Cute putty cat.
On with the video.
There we go.
You have to shout.
Shout. Shout. Let it all out. I'll just sort my hat out.
Oh yeah, because that looks good now. Where are we going?
That way.
London. We've actually booked a mooring in London, haven't we? We've booked a mooring on Sunday at Little Venice because we've heard lots of rumours about, I don't know, you can't moor down there, there's too many boats. So, I don't know, I'm a little bit apprehensive about going down, but also a bit excited as well because we've not done it before, so it should be.
You've never been this far south?
No, this is it. Ooh. I've been to just past the M25 bridge, not on the boat, but I went on a run. I went on a run with the dog because we're on our fitness kit, you see.
Need to do that again.
I need to do some more.
I'll cycle on your bike that you don't use and you run.
Deal.
I can cycle that slow.
You mean fast? I'm well fast. Used to be. I've got a bit more weight now. I'm built for comfort, not speed.
That's what I say. When's the next vlog, babe?
I don't know. We used to. We watch a few other people on these vlogs, and they've got the Nicholson's guide out, and they know exactly where they're going, and how many locks they've got to do, what bridge number they're on, what the next village is. We're going that way. We know roughly where we want to moor today. We figured that out, and that's about it.
So have to be organised Monday to Friday, so for the weekend you can go out.
Here it is then folks, the M25, so it's weird, isn't it? So all you southerners, you think anything, inside the M25 is south. I'm sort of from Birmingham way, like famously known as the Midlands, so I'm in the middle and anything above me is north. And you spend a lot of time up north, and everybody up north thinks, anything south of Middlesbrough is south, don't they? So, yeah, depending on where you're from, we're actually going south now, look, inside the M25. There it is.
You can hear it.
It's a bit noisy.
The UK's biggest car park is what the M25 is.
Yeah. Here's us chugging along at 4 miles an hour, and everybody up there whizzing around 70, 80 miles an hour, doing whatever they need to do.
It's an amazing bit of construction, isn't it?
Yeah. I know where I prefer to be.
I'm down here.
Ask me again, Emma. Ask me again. So, we are going down the locks, that way. We've just come into the lock, it's full, and Emma stood at the back and she says, which paddle do you want me to open? This one? She's been on the boat bloody 4 years and she still doesn't know how the bloody locks work. No, Emma, I think we'll open one of those paddles down there, please. You? Oh, something else, look. What a muppet. Boss lady's gone back in. Too cold, she reckons, and she's got some cleaning to do and she wants to carry on with her cooking. So yeah, back on my own with the locks. not have the camera on at the bloody critical moment, I blame the gongoozlers. So Emma's gone back, she's walked the dogs back, she's gone to pick up the car and then go and drop it off to down where we're hopefully going to get more this evening. And yeah, everybody's watching, and you know, as they do, it's in the middle of a park, so people want to see how the boats go down the lock. And yeah, Muggins here was pulling the boat out the lock. He slipped on his arse, didn't he? 'Cause it was all wet and muddy, so absolutely filthy. And I think I've got some nice mud on my arse. Do you want to see? Look at the state of that. Bloody filthy. I'm better right fooling myself. They all had a good chuckle anyway. Bloody everywhere. Look at that. Absolutely filthy. Oh well, never mind. Probably going to jinx things now, but I have to say, since we've come through the M25, I've been pretty impressed. I don't know what I was expecting. I think as soon as I got in the M25, I was expecting London and you know lots of boats bumper to bumper and buildings and stuff everywhere. But this bit of the canal is actually really lovely. And I think once we've been into London and come back out again, we're going to spend a few days here exploring all the parks. Cassiobury Park, I think it's called. I've probably mispronounced it, but hey ho, that's where we are. And it's pretty lovely. If anybody's wondering why we're not doing the Thames yet, this is a canal that shouldn't have any flow on it. So just imagine what the rivers are going to be like. Look at all this gushing out there. We're just in that lock at the minute ready to come by, so I'm going to have to try and stick the boat to that far side and yeah, try not to get bashed into this bank here.
Look at Sophie dog just sat there. She's so happy. She's like, I'm just going to sit here, I'm not bothered, I'm going to watch the world go by. I'm with my daddy. I don't care. Daddy's just aged 10 years because he hit the boat. Thought we were going to sink. Imagine being on it, it'd be even worse.
Well, I knew there was some flow on it, but Jesus. I wasn't expecting.
Andre and Camilla braced themselves.
I shouted down to them because I knew that I couldn't hold it. Just went.
Oh, that's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Would you have to go through it like really fast to be able to mitigate for that?
It was full power, we've got nothing else to give, and it just, yeah, nothing we could do. I just want to check the side, is there any big dent?
I couldn't see it, no.
Well, all I can say is I'm glad you were laughing.
Well, I just saw the funny side when I saw your face.
I was not. Like, nothing much phases me about the boat normally, but I was a little bit scared. I don't think the video does it justice.
It was a loud bang.
There was some flow on that water.
The trolley wobbling, I think, give it away. Like when it was sort of
if you watch it back, watch the trolley on the front of the boat wobble. But yeah, we pulled up and checked because it was
there was no holes.
it was quite an impact. I was looking for some dents in the boat and checked the bilges, make sure we got no water coming in. In hindsight, what we perhaps should have done is pulled the boat out of the lock and just kept it over onto that side and just pulled it through. But I think that wide beam on the water point would have made it
harder.
Yeah, it would have made it a little bit difficult, but we could have done. So
yeah, well, lessons learned.
Yeah, I suppose it's just a reminder. Don't play with Mother Nature, eh?
No, don't mess with water, kids.
Anyway, you were laughing at me. and I don't think you knew you were filming at this point. Let's have a laugh at Emma. Check out her attire. Bloody socks and sandals, and the socks don't even match.
Face bothered.
I reckon that was probably where the nice bits of the canal ended, really, weren't it? So
Yeah.
just before Uxbridge we got to, and then it sort of changed to London. You'll see, more rubbish.
Yeah,
More,
rubbish, man.
You know, scruffy boats. I feel a bit sorry saying scruffy boats, but some of them are scruffy, and
because people might not work and live on a boat, so they have to make do.
I think you can definitely spot the people that live on a boat because they have to, and then I suppose we're quite lucky because we live on a boat because we want to. But yeah, it's quite sad to see the state of some of the boats. But
it is.
Yeah.
It's no reflection on the people.
No, no.
It's just the boat. It's sad to see some of the state of the boats.
Anyway, let's crack on. Let's get into London.
Tourette, you know.
I don't know.
With ADHD, one of the two.
Probably both. We made it! We got to London. However...
Can we get out again now?
You've had enough already, have you? We can't move yet. I've got to go and see what's making that noise down the bloody weed hatch.
That's a you job. That's a you problem.
Well, let's go and find out what it is, shall we?
Something we don't want in the weed hatch.
Yeah. Just before we got here yesterday, I had something wrapped around our prop, so I could hear it banging on the bottom of the boat. Tried to reverse a few times, because that normally washes it off, but it was having none of it. So today's job, down the weed hatch. It's a little bit more difficult than most people's weed hatch, because most people's this flap just lifts up. I've got to undo these bolts. Let's get cracking, shall we? Now this is our weed hatch then, so I have to undo this, and then that nut at the back, and then this will all lift off. This little pipe here, that'll be there from when the engine would have used to be raw water cooled. So that when the prop turns, it would have pushed water up here, and that would have ran round the engine to cool that down. If you remember when I rebuilt the head, if you've watched that video, you'll see all them little bits of stone and grit and whatnot that was left in the head, and that's why they basically stopped doing water cooled engines, raw water cooled engines, because of all the crap that's in the water. It was just doing the engines no good. So now we have a skin tank instead, like a radiator on a car basically. Let's get my hand in, see what's down there. It feels like there's a bit of like wire or something wrapped around one of the blades of the prop. I think we're going to have to cut it off because, yeah, you can't pull it off over the blade. Do as I say, not as I do. If you're taking any tools down, always try and get a piece of rope or a piece of string tight round the tool, tight round your wrist, ready for when you drop it, because you ain't getting it back else. I'm a bit surprised that this is all it was, to be honest. It was making a right old racket yesterday. I had to cut it because this was all twisted together here and it was wrapped around one of the blades of the prop. So yeah, I had to get my cutters out and snip it. Yeah, like I say, if you are going down the weed patch, I do recommend strapping your tools to your wrist because it's not the easiest thing to sort of manoeuvre your hand around there, and it's pretty easy to drop. So yeah, if you care about your tools, strap it to your wrist. Top tip, even though I didn't. We've been evicted. We're sleeping on the dinette this week because our guests have the bedroom. So yeah, that's it for this week. Hopefully next week we can show you a little bit more of London, can't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, only one thing left is joke of the day.
Yeah.
I reckon by tomorrow we could be in Greenwich. I don't know what we'll do in the meantime.
Oh God.
No, I quite like that one. Greenwich meantime.
Can you put
Do you get it?
tumbleweed on this?
I don't know. I'll have a look in the edit. Anyway, goodbye, folks. See you next week.
See you later. Bye.